For Black people, they wait so long to go to the doctor that by the time you're there, it is worst case scenario.
It is,
right?
and that was me. That was me. I waited, and I waited for what? Waiting almost took my life. I will not allow that to happen again.
Welcome to Now Included Unfiltered, a podcast to share real unfiltered stories right from our community. This week, we are on the Hill at the Alabama A&M University. I'm catching up with Dr. Paul Bryant, the Director of Athletics. This episode is all about his ultimate comeback. We get right into how he navigated his major health crisis and the village that supported him through it all. These are unfiltered stories. This is an unshakable community. Come on, we've saved you a seat. My name is Tiffany Whitlow, and this is Now Included Unfiltered.
Yes.
Thank you so much and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
I am excited. We've been talking about it for a while now.
Right.
I've been saying, I want to hear your story. I want to hear your story. So we started the company 6 years ago, and the mission really was travel around the world and meet people right where they are in their community, wear their gear, represent for them, and really just have an opportunity to share your story. Our mission is to empower people to take actions for better health. And so that might be someone going to the doctor for the first time. That might be someone switching doctors. And I like to say it might even be going to your physician and asking a different question. Because you might be asking a lot of questions, but are you asking the right question to get the right answers? And so I'll start with, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about what brought you here. You've been here for what, 3 years?
Yeah, I'm in my 4th year.
Ooh, 4 years. Okay. All right, you got a little catching up to do from me. I'm in his 6th year. But you just tell me, how did you land here?
Well, originally from Dayton, Ohio. Went to school out in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, then Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, wow.
And I got here, I've been an athletic director now. I'm in my 21st year as an athletic director. I was at a previous school in Jacksonville, Florida, and I saw this opening. But I'm going to take a step back. About 10 years ago now, I came here to play. I was at AD at South Carolina State, and we played here. And I stood in the press box of the football stadium, and I told the AD at the time, I said, you know what? I would love to be here. Man, you have so many opportunities. He was like, no. He said, don't try to take my job. I said, I'm not. I'm just telling you I would love but I would love to be here. Well, fast forward, I'm here. So, they say the tongue professes, and I'm here. So, been here, I'm in my 4th year. I think things are going well. The president seems to like me, I think.
I think so. The president and I are on the board of directors for the United Way of Madison County together. And so when I see him, he's like, oh, he's happy. Athletics is happy. He loves the brand. And of course, I think both of y'all share the love of winning.
Yes, absolutely. There's nothing else. So, again, I've been here, been able to do quite a bit. And this is home for me.
I love it.
I'm excited to be here.
I love it. So you say this is home for you. How long have you been here? I know there was a little transition. You were back and forth from Birmingham.
Yes. So our daughter, my wife and I have been together for 41 years.
Oh, this already sounds like a daddy's girl.
Yes, she is. And my daughter was the assistant women's basketball coach for UAB for 12. And now she's the head girls basketball coach at Hewitt-Trussville.
Okay. That's a huge school. We used to play there for soccer.
Yes, and she's the head girls basketball coach. And so she has a boy and a girl, Noah and Noel. So I go back and forth to see them and my son-in-law, Tim. And so it's been back and forth. So I've been here still about 4 years.
Okay, so what's the name? Pop, Grandpa?
Papa.
Okay, Papa. Okay.
Papa.
Okay, and what's your wife's name?
Grammy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 spoiled.
Oh, they're spoiled.
No, they're just well loved.
Oh, yeah, and I will give them whatever they want.
Okay.
Parents, no. Kids, yes.
Yes. Oh, no, I don't know. No, daddy's girl. Once a daddy's girl, always a daddy's girl. I know.
Until you have a granddaughter.
I don't have that problem.
Oh, okay.
This podcast is brought to you by Acclinate's Now Included community.
Get trusted resources backed by medical pros for your health. Tap into real experiences from people who look like you and find a safe place for your story. Walk into a space where being you is celebrated and find your power. Your health, your story, your power.
So I know you shared pretty publicly this transition. So obviously being an athletic director, you're not just leading one sport, you're leading all of the sports, all of the coaches across those sports. There's so many different decisions. I mean, even just being a football mom, I see how much even logistically just goes into planning for one game. And then obviously being married to a baseball coach, I see how it is planning for a weekend with 3 games. So that's even harder. And so I can't really imagine how any sort of personal health battles might interfere with your day-to-day job. And so how have you just been able to balance? And then if you will tell us a little bit about what happened.
Yes. So now I look at health as being the most important, no matter what. But I've been a basketball coach and, wanted to get into leading more, and that's why the athletic director position was so intriguing to me. Back in the summer, I had been feeling some type of way. I would wake up and have blood in my mouth. And you
have beautiful teeth.
Thanks. And literally they were just bleeding. Blood was just coming out of my mouth. And I didn't think nothing of it.
Were you thinking like gingivitis?
Yeah, I was like, I floss, maybe, no. Yeah. So I would wake up in the middle of the night, my pillow was covered with blood, and I was like, okay, something's going on.
What was your wife saying?
She said, go to the doctor, but me, I don't have time.
How many times did your wife tell you to go to the doctor?
Countless. Because it was several months. And I literally just kept going by my day. And I said, oh, I'm all right. Give me mouthwash, I'll rinse it out. And then the blood clots.
But you felt fine?
I felt fine.
Okay.
It was just, then clots were coming consistently.
Yeah.
And I said, well, maybe I need to go in.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So what, we're talking months now?
About 4 months.
Wow. And
I let that go on, and it was daily.
Wow.
So it wasn't, and honestly, I would be up talking to the staff. Mouth is bleeding, and they would say, hey, AD, red stuff, and I knew it was blood. And then I actually said, okay, I need to go to the doctor.
So you talk about the clotting that was happening, and you were in front of your own, of course, employees.
Yes.
Having this issue. You talked about your wife trying to influence you to go to the doctor, but what happened? Like on that day, it really was you.
Yes.
I mean, you had to make the decision.
Right. Well, when the clot really was too big for my hand, then I said, okay, this is something more than just bleeding from your gums. And so when I did go in, it was immediate. They told me, they said, well, it's your wisdom teeth. So
you went to the dentist?
I went to the dentist.
Okay.
And they said, your wisdom teeth are coming in, so you got to get those out. I said, wisdom teeth?
When you went to the dentist, did you explain to them how long you had been bleeding?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't tell them that. So I just told them I was bleeding.
Okay.
And then they did the x-rays and everything and saw my wisdom tooth was coming in at the bottom, and then I still had one at the top. So I said, okay, well.
I'm too old for wisdom teeth.
That's what I said, and it didn't help.
I'm already wise.
Yeah, I'm a wise man. But I didn't tell the dentist how long I had been bleeding. So when they went in and took both of my teeth out, my wisdom teeth, they noticed something, and they said, oh, well, it's okay. It's probably scar tissue. So I went that week. I had it pulled on a Tuesday, and I went back to the doctor on that Friday because my jaw wasn't going down, and they said, oh, your jaw should, the swelling should go down. So that Saturday morning I woke up, I said, something's not right because now my whole face is swollen.
Oh, like an infection.
Yes, and I went into the hospital. They said they were happy that I came in because there's a tumor that was in my jaw. And
that wasn't seen on the x-rays?
No, they did an MRI, and they did another test, and they saw the tumor. So, but my body, it had been in there, and my blood was getting poisoned. So I was almost sepsis. And they went in and did 3 surgeries in 2 days.
Wow.
And my face, it had went up, my whole face was swollen, and I literally thought I was checking out. I really did. And my mother is a pastor of a church. My mother and my 85-year-old aunt, her sister, came down, and when my mom walked in that room, she was praying. So, and I believe in prayer. And I believe.
Oh, I felt that.
Yeah, and I tell you, God turned everything around from my blood being poisoned to not. I stayed in the hospital for about 9 days, but it was trial and error. And so for about 90 days, I had a PICC line in my arm.
Okay.
Once I came home, that I had to give myself antibiotic shots for about 90 days, and trying to navigate that. So here, I'm off of work because I'm in the hospital, and I get out of the hospital, and I come straight to work.
Because you felt like you were missing it.
Yes. And although my staff, they were fantastic, they are fantastic, I wanted to be here.
Yeah.
Because that's my energy.
Yeah.
And but I didn't have the energy.
Were you finding some internal feelings of denial in any capacity?
I was. Because during that time, I Google doc'd.
Yeah.
You know, I was Googling, and I said, here I am Googling, and I tell everybody, stop Google. Don't Google, don't be a Google doctor, because they don't tell you everything.
Yeah.
And
to the point where it actually does give you a disclaimer and say, I'm not telling you everything, and I'm not a medical provider.
It does, and pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Go to your doctor. But it was tough for me, and me not being here, there's a lot of things going on. The football team had went to Arkansas, and that was the first trip I missed. I have never missed since I've been an athletic.
I was there and I didn't see you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for resting.
I was in the hospital.
A forced rest, as my grandfather would say.
Forced rest. And so I was in intensive care. So, but I came out, and when I came back to work, first of all, I want to say the hospital, Huntsville Hospital, amazing.
Oh, wow.
Tracy Dowdy, amazing. And then the infusion clinic, I couldn't have done it without them. They were such just great workers, great attendants. They catered to anything I needed.
That's
so
good.
I highly suggest the Huntsville Hospital.
No, quality care matters,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, I'm also hearing this other thing that you might be built for tough, because you really hung in there for a really long time. I'm also hearing that, you know, it might have taken you a long time to get to that place to finally make that decision. But then that second time, you weren't waiting. When your face, the swelling wasn't going down, you were like, I'm not going back to the dentist, I'm going to the hospital.
Absolutely. And that, again, that Friday, my son, he lives here, and he works at Woody Anderson Ford. And it's funny you said Ford Tough. He told me, Dad, you're not Ford Tough.
Oh, that's so funny.
And literally, he came and saw my face, and he said, you may need to go to the hospital. So that Saturday, once I went, again, they told me that they were glad I came in. But again, coming back to work, though, my staff, while I was gone, took care of everything.
Wow.
You know, and I tried to stay involved. You know, phone call, I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
So I'm texting and doing that sort of thing. But I couldn't have done it without my staff. My family, I go, God, of course, God is first.
Yeah.
And then my family and my work family. They stepped in and did everything I needed them to do.
Love that.
And it didn't stop. It didn't stop.
Yeah, I hope you also take a little pride in just hiring the right people, because
I
you
do.
obviously are surrounded by the right people,
Yes.
and you know, that's really what HBCUs are about, right?
They
It's the culture, it's the family that exists here. It's I mean, that's why alumni suggest that their children come back to school here, right? I mean, I know for my husband, he's proud that his son goes to school here, and so that's not something that I share through my lived experience, but I get to feel it every single day. And so, I mean, kudos to you, you know, for that. What about the discipline that you're, you know, exemplifying now?
I tell you what, I go to the doctor. I was there this morning, just had blood work, but I go as frequently as I need. And I do not wait, because waiting almost took my life.
Yeah.
And first thing something happened.
That's serious. Waiting
it is.
almost took your life.
Waiting almost took my life. And I went through that for 4 months. And that almost killed me. I will not allow that to happen again, ever.
Yeah, I mean, by sharing your story, even here with us today, you know, I hope you know that you are changing lives. A new person is going to get to hear your story. A new person is going to get to think like, oh, I know someone who I need to nudge and say, hey, you need to go to the doctor, because it took you many nudges.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to take a lot of friends, a lot of family, and a lot of villages. You know, we joke, but I do believe, you know, we see where certain people can just handle pressure and pain in ways that other people can't. not.
Yes,
and
yes.
so we've seen even for Black people, they wait so long to go to the doctor that by the time you're there, it is worst case scenario.
It is,
right?
and that was me. That was me. I waited, and there's no way, as I look back, I waited for what?
Yeah.
It was just, I was stubborn. I can do it. I can get through. I'm strong. And yes, I am strong, but not that strong.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, hearing the doctors tell you that you're almost sepsis.
Wow.
That resonated with me.
It's a shock.
Yes, it immediately. And you get scared. And then once you get scared, then you want to do something.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too late.
Yeah.
And I just thank God it wasn't too late for me.
Yeah, I hope you had the tumor tested. I hope
I did.
Okay. So there's so much technology out here today. You know, there's so much innovation in oncology and in general.
Absolutely.
In healthcare, but I've seen them where they have been able to test on approved drugs on a tumor outside of your body before to even see how it would interact.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much technology. So we advocate every single day for people to just stay educated, stay on top of your game. I do naturally use Gemini or ChatGPT in addition to, right? And so sometimes it acts as a validator for what you've heard.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, we all know what we know right now. And most people don't know these things until something happens.
Right.
And so sometimes technology can help you with exposure to new things. But I like how you said, like, don't Google, dog. Don't, because Google can't come help me with this swelling.
Right.
Google maybe could deliver an ice pack to your door. But
right, through drones.
But not actually help with the swelling. And so obviously for you, you needed surgery, you needed much more, and there's no way that technology could replace that. I'm also hearing the relational equity that exists between you and your family, between you and your staff members here. That relational equity, AI can't touch that.
They can't.
And so there is a lot of technology. There's a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of interviews that are happening every single day, but I just want to double down on the fact that relational equity at the end of the day is irreplaceable.
It is, and again, my family, they pushed. They kept telling me to go.
Yeah.
But I am the
Your wife
oldest.
should have called your mama. Did your wife call your mama?
But see, I'm the oldest, so and I'm stubborn.
Okay.
Admittedly so. I'm stubborn. And when it comes to that, my health, I'm worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
No, you got to be okay. It's not about me. It's about you.
Yeah.
Well, this time it was about me.
Okay.
And now I understand that. If I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of nobody else. And so I harp to
At this ripe age of 21, you learned that.
Yes. But I tell my student athletes all the time, no, take care of yourself first and then let's play. You know, when we talk about mental health, you know, I want to make sure your mental health is there so that you're able to play. So let's take care of that first. Of course, your academics, and then we go out and play. We know that you can play, but let's take care of you.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of this institution because now we're getting into the dental. We're about to open up a dental clinic here on campus.
That's amazing.
Oh, I am so excited because we already have the mental health, we have the health center, and now we have a dental center.
Wow, wow. So, I mean, resources at your fingertips. I love to hear that we're getting there, right? Because people think of HBCU and they think, you know, we're behind the times, and that's not how it is. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, with people like yourself at the helm, I think we really, truly are getting there. I think the students that will feel like they're here now, because a lot of times the change is like, oh, it's going to come in 15 years. I think the people that you have here right now will be able to feel some of these things. And even like a dental clinic is in real time. A lot of your students travel to come to school here, so they don't have a dentist.
Right. And now we have it's like a dental office and urgent care, all that right here on campus, so we can meet every need. And I'm going to utilize it.
Funny, the world is so small that I know that the person that you're working with to offer some IV services, and she was one of my first people we interviewed on the podcast.
Is that right? Yeah.
And so, you know, I knew that was a vision for her. She's been touring around with a lot of celebrities, and I know Anthony Daniels was really working to try to get that solidified. So,
yes. He's been a great help.
Yeah.
Well,
I've known him for a long time. Yeah, when we first started, he helped us really kick things off.
Yeah, he and Tanisha, they're great people, and Tanisha is my dentist. So.
Yeah, same. We share that too. So, yes, this has been incredible. Is there anything else that you want to leave us with? I know we kind of just brushed over mental health, but I know you do have real resources. You have an app that you offer for your athletes.
Yes, we have the app it's a mental health app run by Dr. Carlquista Slay.
Okay.
And these are basics for our student athletes. Of course, we have them for the traditional students, but in athletics, we needed our own, and we created that unit. Of course, the dietitian, we have that. We have strength and conditioning, the compliance, all those other things that goes into making a student athlete. And of course, we have great coaches, and I think you may know one, but great coaches in our department. But our staff.
Yeah, the supportive tissue.
Yes, they are second to none. I will put them up against anyone. They are the best, and I applaud them for everything that they do.
Yeah, well, it's a family affair around here. We are here on the Hill with the one and only athletic director, Dr. Paul Bryant. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
But we got to do one thing.
Okay.
As always,
Go Bulldogs.
Thank you for listening to Now Included Unfiltered. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give us a follow and leave a 5-star review. We'll see you next week. Next week on Now Included Unfiltered.
His glucose was through the roof. They sent him straight to the ER. They said, your kidneys have failed, not failing, but your kidneys said, you need to start dialysis on Monday. I was like, well, can I donate? And the nephrologist was like, the likelihood of you being a match is rare. I started doing all my blood work. They had to look at my actual kidneys and all these ultrasounds and all these things. And they called me, they were like, you're a match. They was like, even down to the size of your kidneys. Anthony was like, no. We had got a local nephrologist at that point, and he was just like, if you don't do this, you're gonna die. And it's gonna be this year. Because at that point, Anthony's function was like at 10%. And so he was like, you have somebody sitting next to you that's willing to lay her life down for you, and you gotta do it.